Hello. In this video, we'll be looking at how to find the area of a trapezoid. So we're not only going to look at how to find the area of a trapezoid, but we're going to look at how this formula came about. So in order to explain the formula to figure out the area of a trapezoid, first we have to actually look at a parallelogram. If you take a parallelogram, you know that the area of the parallelogram from a previous lesson, let's say area of parallelogram, is equal to base times height. Alright, so what if you take this parallelogram and then you cut it in half, not at the diagonal, but in a strategic way to make two congruent trapezoids. So I'm going to outline one of our trapezoids in red. I'm going to outline the other trapezoid in blue. And it's my intention, I know it's not perfect, but it's my intention that those two trapezoids are congruent to each other. All right, well, as you know, to figure out the area of the whole figure, you would do base times height. But let's say we have this base split into two parts. Let's call this base 1 and call this, the longer one, base 2. If we look at the bottom, down here, it's going to be flipped. The shorter side will be base 1, and the longer one will be base 2. All right, so now the overall base of or parallelogram is no longer just B, it's actually B1 plus B2. So our base here is B1 plus B2. So the area of the whole parallelogram, I'll call it P for short, is B1 plus B2, the base of that parallelogram, times its height. But remember that we are completely getting rid of one half of the parallelogram in order to figure out the in order to figure out the area of the trapezoid. So for that reason, the area of the trapezoid is a half of the area of the parallelogram. So that's why we have that the area of the trapezoid is a half B1 plus B2 times H. And that's how you figure out the area of a trapezoid. All right, so let's do an example. Okay, so here we have a trapezoid and we're being asked to find the area. And as we just learned, the area of a trapezoid is equal to half B1 plus B2 times H. And remember that the height has to be perpendicular to the bases. All right, so in this case, we have a half. B1 is 72 plus 85, and it doesn't matter which order we write those numbers, times 38. All right, so we know 38 is the height, again, because it is perpendicular. Even if we had been given these sides here, it would be completely irrelevant. We don't need them in order to figure out the area of our trapezoid. All right, so finally we would plug those numbers into our calculator, or just, calculate it in our minds if we want, and we would get 2,983 inches squared. All right, and that's how you find the area of a trapezoid.